Trump. They've got you looking at Project 2025, but you barely got money to stay alive.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Say it on the air now. Come on, punk.
Mr. Rogers ass sweater.
And you love it too, don't you? Because it's a cold sweater, isn't it? Tell the truth. Say it on the air. No, come on, step up and say, see. Punk. You just a punk. I dare you. No, so we just being here silly because they was, I said, that's a cold sweater, isn't it? And he was like, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Oh, yeah, we just having fun. It's Monday, y'all. All right, so first things first, I got a couple things I want to talk about and a couple things I want to cover and a couple things I want to say. However, the first thing that I'm going to say, no matter what, people always say, well, you always sound like you hollering in the room, because that's what I do. Did y'all see the fight? I was so disappointed. Why is it whenever I watch because I don't like boxing. I do not like boxing. The fact that you can the only difference between boxing and football is that by the time you turn 50 in football, you don't know your name. And in boxing, by the time you turn 80, you don't know your name. Other than that, there ain't much difference. Every time somebody hits you in the head, it's like a car crash. Except they didn't punch each other in the head. They played the game. Well, I'm going to pump you. So you know they had to have talked, right? All right, dude, watch this. You get 40. I'm going to get 20. Well, Tyson wouldn't have been talking like that. But I'm sorry. But at some point, dude, you 58 years old. What you doing? And here's the other thing. I'm a bite. He bit on his glove so he wouldn't have to punch him. That's what he did. He wasn't biting on his glove because he have bruxism, where you bite down. Nah, that wasn't it. He couldn't turn off his instinct, so he had to bite his glove. Reason being, Jake Paul's arms are long. So all you got to do is step into him And he can't punch. He had to draw his hand all the way back. In the meantime, one uppercut from Mike Tyson at his oldest age would have knocked him out. So I'm like, these dudes just fighting for some money. I ain't mad at him. $20 million, but he didn't get paid $20 million. You know, we need half to the government and got to pay off managers and all that stuff. And by the time you're done, you know, you might have a couple million. So, you know, but I digress. I've been hearing some things lately that have been driving me pretty much up a wall. First of all, where's everybody at today? Have you noticed ain't nobody here? Like, what's that about? Anyway, I was going to have a New Year's resolution that was going to start January 1st, but I decided I'm going to start now. I'm going to stop using race to refer to people. I'm going to stop using black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Latino. Never did use Latinx. You know, all that. Now, I might have to use light skin, dark skin, right? I might have to use majority, right? Something, but other than race. I think it's time we start to struggle with the idea that 1/10, 1/1000th of 1% of DNA separates all the races. And that we need to come to grips with the fact that what it comes down to are the two C's, class and culture. And nobody wants to talk about class, so we stay stuck. Well, no, that's not true. Nobody wants to talk about culture either, so they stay stuck in class. But that way you don't have an issue with cultural appropriation because it's a culture. Anybody can embrace it. Not anybody can embrace race, but you can embrace culture. We love other people's culture. We do it every single summer. You have every cultural festival you can think of, Asian Fest, everything. Mexican Fiesta, everything. Cinco de Mayo, all the other holidays. We have so many cultural things around here. Why do we spend our time breaking people down to their base level of the level of pigmentation, the level of melanin in their skin? Because for me, and I'm going to be completely authentic, I kind of feel sorry for people who don't have melanin. I don't have to worry about wrinkle cream. I got melanin. I'm just saying. So my resolution, I think I'm going to just start today. I've always learned that, you know, next week, on the 1st of December, I'm going to just start working out. How about I just start today? How about I just start not using it today? Now, I can say black and white. I just can't refer to it with people. I have to use culture, which I think will probably be more upsetting because if you don't like Germans or Irish or Italians but that would also mean that people would need to go back and find out what their African ethnicity or culture is so that they can ascribe themselves to the proper tribe, right? I mean, culture is important. In some instances, appropriation is inappropriate because there's certain points of view that people just don't understand when they're not a part of the culture. That's why I almost said it. A majority person could marry a minority person and understand it because they become immersed in the culture. Not the race, the culture. Y'all know I'm gonna break my own promise and say the color, right? Okay, all right. So essentially you lose an understanding of race when you embrace culture, I think. You get to know the person at their level. You know why that person did that, and then you ask, you go, you must be German. How'd you know? Okay. You must be Polish. You must be, right? What a beautiful thing. I went to school with Polish people, and it was just, I mean, the culture, Serbian, Ukraine, it just amazes me, the differences in people and the things we miss because we're stuck on skin color. But when we look at culture, some of our most powerful movies, Denzel Washington did Fences because August Wilson recognized that somebody outside of the culture couldn't understand the nuances of Black life. Oop, told you. And wanted someone of the same culture to be the person to interpret it. Just like Martin Scorsese, Goodfellas. You telling me somebody Polish could have done Goodfellas? Now, granted, Denzel Washington could have done Goodfellas, but he couldn't have done it the way Martin Scorsese did it because Martin Scorsese is Italian and he understands he understands the slight nuances of being Italian. You could argue about it, but that's what it is. Look at Steven Spielberg. He's Jewish. You think Denzel Washington could have done Schindler's List? Not in a million years. He didn't grow up hearing stories from his mother and grandmother and great-grandmother having spent time in a concentration camp or in Auschwitz. Any more so than Steven Spielberg could understand how it meant to grow up hearing stories of your great-grandfather who was a slave. And then we break it all down and we make it about race, when it's really about class and culture. Because the one great equalizer about it all is the fact that you can remove it with money. And we pretend like you can't, but you can. And so our fight in America, our fight for politics, religion, our fight for freedom, it only comes down to the two C's. And no matter how you look at it, no matter how you think about it, no matter what you think is going to happen in your life, the quality of your life is how well you understand class and culture.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, Gruber Law Offices and The Truth have raised the stakes for this year. The One Call, That's All Gruber Cash Giveaway is now a $5K giveaway. Yes, you heard it right. $5,000 giveaway. Every weekday on 1017 The Truth, you will have the chance to be entered to win the $5K giveaway. Listen to The Truth for the One Call, That's All cue to call for your chance to win $5,000. Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All. Visit 1017thetruth.com for official contest rules.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Your drink, sir? This virtual vacation is brought to you by Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport. For the full experience, visit flymke.com to explore our many nonstop destinations. With super convenient parking and low fares, flying from Milwaukee makes traveling so easy, it's like starting your vacation early. Fly easy, fly MKE.
Life's better with American Family Insurance. Because whether it's a family road trip in your dream car or hosting a family reunion in your dream home, we help you feel protected so you can enjoy those dreams with peace of mind. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices. Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017.
If you having girl problems, I forbid
17 is the number.
I got 99 problems, but a ain't one. I got the rap patrol on the patrol. Foes that want to make sure my clothes. Rap critics say he's money cash.
The one song I don't like by Jay-Z. You always pick out.
No, Dr. Ken.
I'm going to give you a list.
I had to get something I knew everybody would know real quick.
You can press fast forward.
Press fast forward. Press fast forward. Press fast. Okay. He said if I don't like his lyrics, press fast forward. There you go. You know how old this was? You know how old this was because he was talking about playing a CD. And you don't even know what a CD is. Like, what's that? I don't know what a CD is. What's that? I know you know what a CD is. I just... Can I at least get the one call, that's all, so we can just get up out of here?
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all is right. It's your chance to win. To be our one call, that's all, Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered in to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. What number? Jason. Caller number 4. Right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win the $5,000, but you'll only be the entry for the day, and you'll be eligible and qualified to win the $5,000 Gruber giveaway. So that's right here at the award-winning 1017 The Truth of Gruber Law Offices. So again, be caller number 4 at 833-212-1017. That is the number. Remember, if your loved one has ever been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all. Or you can visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Caller number 4. Come on, be caller number 4. Get it out. Get it in. Get it out. Get it in. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me... I just got Jay-Z on the brain today. It's just, and I don't normally like his music. You know what I'm saying? But lately, like in the past 5 years, I've come to hold an appreciation for his music, his business acumen, things of that nature. Also, did anybody see the fight? 833-212-1017 is the number. So, it was a boring fight. It was a boring fight. I mean, I saw it, but I didn't see it. It's terrible. But I would have done it for $20 million. I would have done it. So during my opening, I was talking about the fact that, is it time to get rid of colors? Is it time to start calling people by their name? John, Sue, Sally, Bob, Ray, nephew, all them. Is it time? Like, I used to, when I was younger, feel bad about the fact that people made so much fun of black culture. Called it, bad English, when it was actually ebonics and a linguistic sub-language. We let everybody else in the world have a sub-language, but we couldn't. Called us lazy because we didn't reflect the majority. And so now I don't really feel, well, I'm not going to say I don't really feel bad about it. I don't care. And the reason I don't care is because it is the cultural experience. And if you don't like it, too bad. Like, I'm not going through life trying to be what you expect me to be. I am multifaceted. I have to be in places in multiple ways, to the point where when I go in mainstream places now, I'm not going to not be I almost said it too. I'm not going to not be who I am culturally. And if somebody else has trouble with it or a problem with it, or they say, you need to act right, who I am is right. And if you don't like it, get out of my face. Move around. I'm not going to apologize for being who I am and for my culture being what it is. I'm not going to apologize for having family members that are from the States, family members that are from Africa, family members that have put in me things where people say, hey, what's wrong with you? You hard on people. You this because everybody was hard on me. Growing up, I'm a product, and all of my success is a byproduct of my family. And that's just how it is. We could fight about it. We could talk about it, but I'm not changing. And I used to be so bothered by that. People say they don't like you. People say you argue all the time. People say you hard on people. And then another set of group of people I get along with just fine. We respect each other and all that. Have fun and hang out, go out, all that. So what is that? Then I started realizing, oh, it's not me, it's you. You have a problem. And that's okay. But I'm going to leave that with you. Like, I'm not carrying your baggage with me. That's your problem. 833-212-1017 is the number. Do we move beyond color? I guess what I'm asking is color blindness achievable? Can we be a colorblind society? That's what I want to know. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you, ma'am? And how's your daughter doing?
I am okay.
How's your daughter doing?
She's still in the hospital.
All right.
Back and forth. Well, okay. She was in there, and they sent her back. She ended up back. So this is the fifth time, so hopefully they'll get her right. So I've been running there every day.
All right. So
you know how that goes. Yeah, but other than that, huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, other than that, I'm listening, and I heard you say something about colorblindness being achievable.
Is it? I'm asking, is it achievable? Can we go through life not calling black people black and white people white and Hispanic people Hispanic and Asian people Asian, but can we just say John, Sue, Mary, Ray, nephew, cousin? Like, can we just call people who they are?
I can, but they can't. I mean, the world, I guess, politically, I don't think they can.
They who?
The politics. The politician of our government.
Who cares about that?
I think I don't care about it, but that's what they use in order. It's like you pulling the tightrope. You pull the rope to this side to green, you pull the rope to that side. If they take all that out of it and just let people be people, then I think we can get rid of colorblindness. Where we can
be colorblind.
Not be colorblind. Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't. And I guess I should remove colorblindness because I'm not really saying colorblind. I'm just more so talking about the use of describing people in terms of race and not culture.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's easy to do the race. It's easy to arrest people if you know the race.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to get rid of all of that. Because every time, like I say, if you're looking for somebody that did something, you got to say they're white or black or whatever.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
Or they go by the names. They kind of know some names sound like a black
They
name.
used to know that,
like
but I've met some white folks, with some names. So do you call them a white person or do you call them what their name is?
I call them by their name.
Right?
I don't call them that. I can see what they are if that's the case.
Yeah, but you can't make assumptions today because people have some really German names and Jewish names and Polish names, and they are the opposite of what you might think culturally.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Well, I don't knock their culture. I just hate that racism is used in this world anyways instead of just bringing people up. Stop all the racism, and that's never going to stop in America, so we can forget that. I don't think that's going to. Only way I think that'll stop is the world shut down. Period.
It already did.
I'm talking about God come and give him something, something for real. You got to come and give him something for real, and that way they won't have it to fight with.
So what do you do with?
Yes, I had to call you.
Hang on. What do you do with black people who are racist?
I got all day.
What do you do with black people?
What do I do with them?
Yeah, some black people are racist.
Yeah. Well, they need to sit down too. Because if anybody should be, it should be the people that lived back in the day that really paid the price.
Mm. Some people would say that anybody non-white cannot be racist.
Anybody my husband said that before.
Okay. So he's basically saying that African Americans cannot be racist.
Yes, that's what he says.
And how is that possible?
I guess because we didn't create it. We didn't create racism.
Well, some people say that African Americans don't have the power, which I don't really understand what that power is. But they said we don't have the power to be racist.
Well, all I know is the power is for the richest. I guess we don't have the richness of money.
Really? I know a couple black billionaires.
All of that hateful stuff.
I know a couple black billionaires that would tend to argue with you that they don't have the money.
Are they black?
Yes.
Oh.
They're African.
And they're racist?
I'm not saying they're racist. I'm saying that when we look at power in terms of money, I think a lot of people in rural Appalachia might prove you wrong because they're dirt poor and they're not African American or any other minority, but yet they're racist. So.
Yeah, but they're the old people from that old down south horror that was going on. And because I see them, they have no teeth in their mouth. And the feds don't need no government. They tell you that. They don't care. They ain't got a toothache. So, hey.
All right. Well, thank you much, Sandra. Good talking to you.
All right.
We will be praying.
I'll be calling.
We will be praying for your daughter.
I slow down a little bit. Oh, thank you. I slowed down a little bit.
All right.
So, like I said, I'll let you know she's doing better.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. 833-212-1017 is the number. The Town. You're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
How you doing?
What's up?
Hey. Chilling. I'll give you real quick. Black people, African Americans, they cannot be racist.
Why is that?
They cannot.
Why is that?
Because they don't hold enough power.
And what power do you need to be racist? But what power gives you the ability to be racist?
The power to give you, if you have to have a controlling. And you have to control something that somebody else wants.
Give me an example.
Black people.
What do black people want that white people?
Okay, listen.
What do black people want that white people have in control?
Let's say fair access to capital. We know now we know that black people do not have fair access to capital. Per capita.
So what is fair access?
Anecdotal.
What is fair
like
access?
So,
what is fair access?
Fair to be treated, to tell the banks that, hey, this person right here is the same as this person. They got as long as they have the same credit scores. Hold on. If they only have the same, if they have the same credit scores and the same XYZ. But what they do is, while we going down that rabbit hole, what they do is they say, okay, this guy is black, so then
how do you know?
He has.
How do you know?
Huh?
How do you know?
They ask you.
But you got to fill that out on the form.
They ask you.
Right?
I know.
Yeah, because last time I filled out a loan form, I never remembered them asking me whether or not I was black. Ever. Not for a credit card.
But they know,
though. Okay, so they know.
Do you think? So okay.
So then why? So have you been able to get a loan?
Yeah, I've been able to get a loan.
Why is that?
Yes, I'm not, because my numbers have been in order though. But however, I've been trying to get houses, and once they figured out I was black, it fell through.
Prove it.
So I mean, it's a power.
Prove that. Prove that you didn't get a house because you're black. Now, I've had trouble getting money, but I got it. And after a certain point in time, and a certain age, and a certain score, and a certain income, I don't have trouble getting it.
That's a power structure, though.
How is it
power structure that can allow it to be racist?
Okay. So what about poor white people that don't have money?
We can see that, right?
But what about poor white people that don't have money?
Well, poor white people, it's super messed up for them because all y'all got to do, y'all numbers just got to be right. That ain't the issue. Don't throw white people in the issue. Now, we're not talking about it like that.
But see, that's the problem.
A nice trick.
When it comes, that's not a trick. When it comes to money,
it is.
When it comes to money,
because we're talking about black. We're not talking about white.
No, I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about. But go ahead.
Then you ask. Okay. Back to the original question and topic. I believe on your show is that black people cannot be racist in America. They do not have the power. However,
I never said that. That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, correct.
And I completely disagree.
I'm saying black people cannot, but they can be because they don't have no power.
None. Black people ain't got no power.
That's where the racists come.
Black people are just broke down, ain't got no power, no money, no quality of life, nothing. They can't do nothing. Right?
Nobody did not say that.
Well, then what are you saying?
See how you go? You see how you went to the deep end?
I'm asking you to qualify it. I'm asking you to give me what you actually mean. You keep giving me this hyperbole, these generalities. It's because, well, why? Why is it that black people cannot be racist? You said because of power. What kind of power?
Because okay, listen.
And stop telling me to listen. I'm already listening.
Okay, well, let me talk then, bro.
It's my show.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, the same way. No, okay, no, it's good. All right. I'm cool with it, bro. Hey, the same way that certain people in his land own large parts of certain companies, like the Jews in entertainment or whatnot. Stuff like that. Like, okay, a Jewish person can be racist, like in Hollywood, because his whole family is in the business. Their families are in the business. We don't have anything like that. That's one point.
So you don't know black families that are in whole businesses. So do you think the funeral home industry is racist?
See, there you go again.
I'm asking you about something you said.
Again, bro.
You don't get to just roll up and make something.
No, you hopped on the first. You hopped on the first snapshot of what I said, and you went all the way.
I'm asking for. I did.
On your
You
show.
didn't even hear what
That's
I said.
What you did.
You didn't hear what I said. You were too busy arguing. So you're saying all white families, right? You're saying that, right? Isn't that what you said?
I'm not saying all.
Okay.
I'm talking about black people, and I'm talking about
you were talking about the Jewish families and stuff in Hollywood that run everything.
In Hollywood, yeah, right.
Okay.
Jewish people, they got jobs in Hollywood.
So can I apply that? Can I apply that to other occupations?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So black people that run funeral homes and it's family run are racist.
No. They're not.
Why not? They run it. They get to pick who works there. They get to pick the family. They got the money, the power, the prestige in the community. Why not?
Because, and I'll tell you why. Because that person who's being messed up against, they can go to another funeral home from another person, from another ethnicity.
Black people can leave Hollywood and go to Showtime, Paramount,
Hollywood.
Apple
That's Hollywood.
Plus. It's not.
Hollywood.
It's not. They can go to Netflix. They can go all the places. Look at Tyler Perry, what he did in Atlanta. So what are you talking about?
I mean, hold on. No, come on. You take the one example of the guy, the one shining example, and then put it down. Well, he
there are multiple people that have been powerful outside of Hollywood that are black.
How many Tyler Perrys are there?
Huh?
How many Tyler Perrys are there?
You could count Wayne Brady as one.
He got his own. He got his own. What's
his name? Who owns all the TV? Wayne Brady. Is it Wayne or is it the other guy that owns all the TV stations?
No. You got it wrong. It's not even Wayne Brady, my guy. It's the guy that owns. He owns the Weather Channel.
That's what I just said. The other guy. That's what I said. The other guy. But Wayne got his own too.
Wayne Brady. You called him Wayne Brady, cuz.
Wayne got his own too. The point I'm trying to make is that we stop painting black people. No, let me not say you. We need to stop painting us African Americans as people that don't have, and the majority, right, as they're the only ones that have. Because it's just not true.
I'm not saying it that way, but I'm saying it's not enough for it to be like we can be racist. We have power. We have power. Hold on. Listen, we have power and we have our own. We don't have enough power, and we're not collectively together to be racist. It's not possible. And that's just a fact.
Okay. All right. I got to go to break.
All right, bro.
I still got people holding on. I'll talk to you tomorrow, bro.
All right, love, bro.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In our community, you will find a Center for Food Security. You'll discover a Center for Behavioral Health Support, a proven center for home care, a successful center for employment, a center for trauma recovery, and more. We are Centers for Independence. Find out how you can support Centers for Independence's work and mission at cfihope.org/independence.
Are you or anyone you know looking to open a small business or learn the industry? Attend the City of Milwaukee 9th District Business Conference November 21st from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Ross Innovative Employment Solutions. Brought to you by Milwaukee 9th District Alderwoman Larissa Taylor, helping you take your next steps towards financial empowerment. Sponsored by Alderwoman Larissa Taylor of the 9th District of the City of Milwaukee. City of Milwaukee, Granville, BID, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions.
More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD, and many aren't getting the support they need. At understood.org, we can help. Sometimes in class, the only thing your child can focus on are the thoughts racing through their head.
Why am I always falling behind? Why do I feel so alone? So different.
Your child is looking to you for answers. But as a parent, you probably have a lot of questions too. What should I do next? Where do I even start? At understood.org, we provide parents with the resources they need to help kids with ADHD thrive. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do. Visit understood.org/thereason to get started.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
The headaches continue because of the wet roads. Southbound on 41, backups because of a crash that is blocking the right lane just south of Main Street. And we've got another accident northbound on 41 at Silver Spring. The right lane is blocked, and that's making for delays pretty much all the way back to Capitol Drive. 894 northbound, we had that earlier accident at National Avenue. It is gone. Delays are working themselves out slowly. 94 eastbound, we had an accident at 84th Street. That one's just about wrapped up as well. We got general delays pretty much everywhere else. You do want to be extra careful on southbound 43, slowing from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down through the Marquette, all the way down past Lapham. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, on and off rain, mild, windy, a low of 52. Tomorrow, morning rain, breezy and mild, a high of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth, powered by ES Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snibe. It wasn't pretty, but the Green Bay Packers, for the 11th straight time, found a way to beat the Bears on Sunday afternoon. Carl Brooks blocking the Bears' game-winning field goal attempt as time would expire as they hold on for the 20-19 win.
Rich said to our team last night, I will not understand if we come out of this game without a block, whether field goal or PAT. Great job by our special teams coaches.
Next up for the 7-3 Packers, the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. The Wisconsin Badgers have officially fired offensive coordinator Phil Longo after the 16-13 loss to Oregon on Saturday. Longo served as the team's OC for just 23 games. And lastly, the 4-9 Bucks return to action tonight as they get set to host the Houston Rockets. That tip-off is all set for 7 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's the part right here. That's how I feel. So ambitious. 833-212-1017 is the number. Brandon, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Hey, thank you for having me, Dr. Harris. I wanted to respond to your question.
Yes.
I feel
100% that African Americans in particular cannot be racist.
And how's that?
I view racism as a byproduct of institutional control, and whether you look at housing, finance, colonialism, most of the racist institutions, if not all, are ran and controlled by folks who are not African American. And I see racism as something different than being racially biased or discriminatory.
It's the ultimate in racial bias.
Level.
So you saying basically black people don't do nothing, don't have nothing, and can't control anything. Is that what I'm hearing?
From an institutional level, yes, sir.
Are you serious?
So when you look at,
are you actually serious? When you look at black people are so stupid that they can't, that they don't control anything. That is a college-bred, created self-examination of oneself as weak.
You said you knew some black billionaires. There's roughly like 20. And I respect that. There's roughly about 2,500 billionaires on the globe, and less than 30 are black.
So
that
what?
Is not a representation.
It can't be a representation if you don't get out and do the work. You don't just become a billionaire or millionaire because we don't have enough black millionaires or billionaires. You got to get out and do the work. You do the work, you win. You don't do the work, you don't. So what are you talking about?
I'm saying that there are institutions in place that are.
Of course there are.
100%.
So what's your point? You gonna work around them? You gonna work through them? You gonna work like what? What? You just
I mean, to be frank, if you're a second and third world country, how are you gonna work around the IMF?
I don't live in a third world country. And you don't have the structure to even build it anyway. You can't sustain anything remotely close to the American. That's why everybody comes here and tries to get money. Break into the country, want to come here. They come here from every country in the world, all 180 of them, for prosperity. And you're telling me you're already here, but you can't do it because of an institution?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm somebody that believes in black excellence. But when you talk about can they and do they have the power to exercise racism, as I define it, I don't believe so. We don't run institutions.
So that's the only reason? Are you serious? Black people cannot be racist. That's unfortunate.
Black people cannot redline. Black people cannot
they can.
Withhold
if black people own the property, if black people own the property, they can. Black people can stop black people from getting apartments.
But that's at the individual level, from getting money. I'm talking about at the national level.
Who cares about that?
That's racism to me. Where you're able to exercise bias against people.
Is it bias or racism? Because those are two different things.
Well, to me, they're quite synonymous.
They're not.
And when I look at racism,
they're not.
When I look at racism, it's your ability to exercise that bias or discriminatory ideology against someone, irrespective of their character, irrespective of their class, irrespective of their location, and that is redlining. Redlining isn't.
So why is it race?
So I'm not going to sell it to some white person. That is the method that the folks who practice racism has used. People have seen race throughout history.
And you don't think black people
do that? That's not a new concept.
You don't think black people don't sell certain things to other people, but you think that because they're so weak and they don't run a particular institution that they can't be racist. But they could do the same thing. They can be biased. They can withhold. They can block. They can do all those things, but they're not racist.
Yes,
they're not
I find racism to be a higher level.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I'm not trying to bash you, Brandon. And so when you acquiesce that to other people, you're never going to win, ever.
I mean, power concedes to power. I certainly agree with you there. That's ridiculous. But I think it would be
power doesn't concede to power.
Unfair.
Power overruns power and crushes it, or it dies trying.
I hear you. I hear you. That's just a tough way.
It's not a tough
to view
way.
The world in the way we're looking at it today.
It's supposed to be tough. It's supposed to be tough. Malcolm, Martin, Medgar, and Mandela all wore handcuffs, changed the world. If you can't make it through the fight, why are you here? Why go to
must
college?
We fight when other folks are able to go through life very leisurely?
Because I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Just like they care about them, I care about us. Isn't that okay? Like, why do we get mad that quote unquote the majority cares for their own? Why don't we do it? Like, it's just a weird. And why am I trying to compare myself to quote? And I guess I'll just use the word. Why are black people trying to compare themselves to white people? Who cares about a disparity? Get yours. Help family get theirs, and then extend it from there to cousins and aunts and uncles and nephews. But instead, we keep comparing ourselves to white people, and when we come up short, oh, it's their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And I know many times there are racist institutions and racist things that happen that stop us from winning. But can't you just fight a little bit harder? Just a little bit more? Push a little bit harder? Give them some pushback? Build up some stamina?
I'm there with you. I'm there with you.
It don't sound like it. It don't sound like it, Brandon. You're going to have to keep listening to the truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you again.
But hang on. Don't go nowhere. I appreciate you making your points because you've taught me some things today, too. So I want to say thank you, and I appreciate you, and keep listening to the truth.
Yes, sir. Thank you again.
All right. Oh, and one other thing, Brandon. He hung up. But if Brandon called me sir again, I was going to hang up on him. Is this 42? Wow.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Wisconsin Black Chamber presents Black Friday Weekend Diverse Business Expo, Friday, November 29th through Sunday, December 1st. We kick off Friday at 10 a.m. Be there to meet the Powerhouse Business Panel, learn their journey to success, and participate in a Q&A with these successful local business owners. The after party starts at 6:30 with the Legends of Soul, featuring the music of Frankie Beverly and Mays and Quincy Jones, performed by Christopher's Project. Saturday is the Black Chamber Music Fest starting at 10 a.m. with 7 musical performances by local bands. Then the after party starts at 7. Don't miss Poetry Unplugged with Kwabena Nixon. Sunday, the Wisconsin Black Chamber presents the Exposure Fashion Affair starting at noon. If you need some style or want a style of your own, be here. Check out Milwaukee's stylists and designers and join us for the after party. It's Divas of Soul performed by Christopher's Project. Friday and Saturday, attend the Access to Capital workshops, and all weekend long, jam to the sounds of DJ L Boogie, meet TV and radio personalities, win some great prizes in the raffles, and don't forget to bring a toy for the toy drive. Don't miss out on what we have going on.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't spend another winter shivering at home with wind howling through your windows. Take advantage of this deal from Pella. No interest, no payments for 12 months. Keep your home comfortable and save on energy bills thanks to customizable windows and doors from Pella. Pella can design them to look like they've been a part of your home throughout its history. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30 of 2024.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Milwaukee Health Services Incorporated is celebrating 35 years of serving all income and medically underserved populations of Milwaukee's metropolitan area. MHSI is a one-stop shop that provides medical, radiology, dental, pediatric, behavioral health, pharmacies with affordable medications, and more. Also, MHSI's new family medicine residency program, located at the Isaac Cobbs Heritage Health Center, has brought 28 family doctors to our area, which is significantly impacted by healthcare workforce shortages. Become a new patient today. To schedule an appointment, appointment, call 414-372-8080. Your health is their business.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Listen, first the fat boys break up. Now every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with hope. What's up, y'all need to get all fed up, cause I got a little cheddar and my record's moving out the store. Young flow spitting at me, young rappers getting at me. My looking big, predicted this exactly. More money, more problems, gotta move carefully.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. There was a great conversation with Brandon, trying to understand, but clearly Brandon is college educated, because that's what they teach in a lot of schools in terms of institutional racism. And I look at it from a legal standpoint, and I understand kind of what that means. But at some point, you got to override that and not just put it out your mind and just do you and build and create and step up and knock it down. Like, I don't really, like, can you imagine if Nelson Mandela thought like that? And I'm not saying Brandon is wrong. I'm talking about the people that taught him that. Can you imagine if Nelson Mandela thought like that? Apartheid would still be in South Africa. I mean, it's like, really? Interesting. And it promotes victimhood, where everything in your world happened because something happened. I looked at my world. When we come back in the 5 o'clock hour, I'm going to talk about how I look at my world from a perspective of loss, right? And I've talked about it. But then, how did I win? I literally won by simply not quitting. Like, I don't know what else to say. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 up next.
1017 The Truth and Associated Bank have teamed up for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we'll be giving away $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. To sign up for your business's chance to win $6,000 of commercial campaign marketing on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing, streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle, while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 1017 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
One smile is great, but one smile in a community of smiles is so much better. A smile has a secret power that most people don't know about. A smile multiplies. It spreads from one person to the next, stretching across entire groups of people. Smile Train knows this and is proud to be creating a wave of smiles across the cleft lip and palate community in over 70 countries. Patients, doctors, advocates, fundraisers. Collectively, our smiles are a celebration of the transformed lives of over 1.5 million children. Learn how Smile Train is helping the cleft lip and palate community at smiletrain.org/learn. Smile Train, changing the world one smile at a time.
Calling all big thinkers. The world's climate is changing. These aren't new facts, but it means we must think in new ways about how we can live, prosper, and provide energy for our world while protecting our planet. Engineers are answering the call to create cleaner, safer, reliable energy. Solar power, harnessing the power of the sun to light all corners of the globe. Wind power, channeling a simple breeze to bring electricity to our homes. Hydropower, using the natural flow of water to generate electricity. Nuclear power, engineering advanced reactors that are safer, more reliable, and produce zero carbon emissions. Engineers are leading the way and empowering the next generation. Engineers answer the call. Brought to you by the National Academy of Engineering. Learn more at nae.edu.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before I get to my top 5 at 5, the caller, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. You got 30 seconds.
Happy Monday, and I'll use my 30 seconds to say that global citizenship is the response to everything that you're talking about, because the people who have the most economic control, where they're turning their money over 12 times before it leaves their community, and they have locked away 87% of America's wealth, while we have 0.5% of that as a group, and had that in 1865 when we were just
but what's your point? Because you got about 10 seconds.
Basically. What my point is, I agree with you when it comes to the micro, the I, but Brother Brandon talking about the macro, I think he was actually speaking of all of us combined creating more than a neighborhood or a hood, and what Dr. Claude Anderson calls a community, where you have the economic power to turn your money over based on millions of acres of land being given to people who became wealthy.
Well, thank you much. So, I appreciate it.
Since that didn't happen to us, we have to come up with
833-212-1017 is the number. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What you got?
Well, the first thing I was going to say, we have to lose the defeated mentality and sort of the pity party. If you want to redline the neighborhood, start buying majority of their neighborhood and have a very high standard. You know, if they won't sell you the house or the bank won't give you a loan, try to pay cash or go to the courthouse and say, well, I want to get a list of all the properties that's foreclosed. Where there's a will, there is a way. You just have to do the research. And the other thing is, if you or maybe two people come together with the same understanding, then you can put forth what you're trying to obtain. But if you throw the towel out before you get in the ring, you will never know. Yep. And also, get to your foundation, because if you want to create generational wealth where you can pass things on, everybody in the family got to be able to take part of the responsibility and not just the money, because that's where generational wealth falls apart. But there's always a will there in a way, but we have a defeated mentality. And the reason why a lot of people compare themselves to whites is because they want to feel they're on the same level. But you have always been, I'm going to say, better, but not underneath. But it's one thing you always said, remove the word can't. And once black people move the word can't, then they'll see the real potential.
Yep.
And then people really get worried. Have a great day.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
much. Couldn't have said it better. Talking Text Line says, but Ken, Dr. Ken, land equals resources, which equal money that equals wealth. That's just one way out of dozens of ways to make money, which equals power, which equals true liberation. Black people in the United States do not control land in our America. I guess I don't own my house. All right. Because this is not our land. Why aren't you claiming it as your land? You were born here. No, it's not Africa. No, if you want to go back to Africa, go. Not back, but visit and learn your heritage and your culture. But they said, I think it is what the brother was trying to say when he talked about black folks having power enough to be racist. And I just refuse to lower myself to those standards. He said, but I could be wrong. Are or can black people be racist? Yes. Many of us are, but that racism does not take shape or control anything that isn't really harbored emotions. Again, when you lower yourself to be without and be less than, you continue to be less than. I refuse to think of myself as less than. It is inbred in me not to look at myself as less than. And so when you go through life comparing yourself to other people and what they have and what you have, and you actually think they're better because they have something? No, absolutely not. God made us equal, and I'm fighting for that. Some people are more arrogant. Some people are more privileged. Some people have this or that. That's perfectly fine. You have yours. You keep yours. I don't want yours. I'm getting mine. Now, what you shouldn't do is get in my way to stop me from getting mine. Then we're going to have a problem. Then that's what the court system is for. That's what the Constitution and, Bill of Rights and, stuff like that. And can we please get people to understand there's a difference between affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion? That affirmative action is an outgrowth from the Civil Rights Act and Brown versus the Board of Education, and we didn't mess that up. The judges did, but anyway. See, I was doing fine. What I probably should have done is come up with another. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about.
Number 5.
Wasn't we talking about Spirit Airlines and Frontier Airlines the other day? Oh, don't be pretending like we wasn't talking. Like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Spirit Airlines filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. What that mean? Spirit Airlines filed for bankruptcy today after the airline reported increasing losses and large debts amid a growing market for budget travel in the U.S. The budget airline announced today it entered into an agreement with bondholders in an effort to reduce the total debt in an open letter to guests. Spirit's financial difficulties escalated earlier this year after its $3.8 billion merger with JetBlue collapsed in January. The Justice Department sued to end the merger, arguing it would reduce competition and increase fares. So you put somebody out of business, and y'all say y'all love the government. In Milwaukee, Spirit Airlines started serving the Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport in 2021 with daily nonstops to Orlando, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles. As Spirit enters Chapter 11 bankruptcy process, here's what you need to know. Will you need to rebook your flight? Well, they expect to continue operating its business as normal through the Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So what they're asking for is reorganization. Chapter 11, bankruptcy, is reorganization. Chapter 7 is we're out of business. Got it? Okay. So guests can continue to book and fly without interruption and can use all tickets, credits, and loyalty points as normal. You better use them loyalty points and credits as soon as possible, because they may not be here Friday. Yeah. Woo. In case of any cancellations, Department of Transportation also requires airlines to provide travelers with a full refund if their flight is canceled or delayed more than 3 hours for a domestic flight, 6 hours for international. Travelers only qualify for refunds if they choose not to travel on delayed flights or an alternative itinerary offered by the airline. That's unfortunate. There's no way I would ever fly Spirit Airlines. I mean, it would it would have to be the last airline. Like, I can't get home. I got to get home. Spirit or Frontier. Which one would you fly, Spirit or Frontier?
I'm not riding Spirit, because ain't Spirit the one where, okay, you check out, you get in the ticket and all that, but then they charge separately for everything else. So then by the time you come down to the final bill,
it costs like an American Airlines. Right.
Yeah, no, I don't like Spirit.
Or you can just get on American Airlines or Delta and just fly.
And be chilling.
Yeah. That's true.
Number 4.
From JS Online, this small white house at 2233 West Capitol has seen better days. And in a recent Journal Sentinel, reporter saw the 2 side windows had been boarded up by city, and there was a sign on the door. One said, W.J. Sherrod Realty, overlooking Capitol, was badly faded. The building once served as headquarters for the rental empire of Will Sherrod, long one of the North Side's largest and, as JS Online put it, most notorious landlords. Sherrod died in August at 83, leaving behind a handful of properties, a company that owes more than $15,000 in unpaid Milwaukee Municipal Court fines for code violations, and a wrongful death lawsuit that's still under appeal. Last year, Milwaukee County Circuit Judge ordered Sherrod to pay $1.35 million because of an electrical fire in one of his properties that killed 2 people. The fire was detailed in a 2021 Journal Sentinel investigation about landlords who failed to fix dangerous wiring in their properties. The case is under appeal. Sherrod's company, Morocco Investments, slowed down its activities in the years preceding his death, and Sherrod and his company owned about a half dozen properties when he died, compared to more than 100 that he owned in 2016 when he was profiled in a series about landlords who target low-income residents as tenants and then game the system by making nominal payments on large fines for building code violations. So. He has since passed away. So interesting. I guess some of the laws that we do allow people to slip through the cracks and be able to do things that aren't normally, supposed to be done by people who own property and treat people. And so it's funny. I'm not a real estate investor, right? So it's always been foreign to me, and that's always been one of my fears, that someone will look at that or do something or something bad will happen. So maybe I'll just invest. I don't know. Some days I'm like, I should invest in real estate. And other days I'm like, absolutely not. Wonder what side I'm on right now. Absolutely not.
Number 3.
This also from JS Online. Veteran sportscaster Lance Allen, who was let go this summer after nearly 30 years at Channel 4, is joining Milwaukee's WDJT-TV, also known as CBS 58, as sports director. CBS 58 posted it on its website this morning that Allen will start his new gig December 1st. Sharing the news on Facebook, Allen thanked Channel 58 for the opportunity. He said, "This state is in my blood and DNA for 28 years of southeastern Wisconsin is my community. It's more than talk. Thank you CBS 58 for the faith and the trust. So he'll be hanging around town. I met him a couple months ago at a Boy Scout breakfast. He does the emceeing, and he did an absolutely marvelous job. He and his family are in the community. They hang out and do great things. And so I think it's pretty cool that he found a gig and he gets to stay here. Hey, what's your favorite place to eat?
See, are we talking about like every day? It's either Qdoba or Culver's.
Okay.
Number 2.
The Milwaukee Health Department is holding an emergency vaccination clinic this afternoon for people who may have been exposed to hepatitis A after eating on the east side at the restaurant. I just want to see his face. Beans and barley. So you don't care about those poor people that got to go get a hepatitis vaccination, that you just happy it wasn't you?
Listen, I care about it. I thought she was about to say Qdoba on the east side on Brady. I was about to be like, oh no, I go there every day. Because they already had some problems with some before. So
Oh, I got you. People who ate food from beans and barley from October 31st to November 13th, that's a lot of people, may have been exposed to hepatitis A, a contagious virus that causes liver infection and can be transmitted through contaminated food and water, according to a department news release. An employee at Beans and Barley, 1901 East North Avenue, tested positive for hepatitis A and was infectious while working between October 31st and November 13th, the release says. Health Department is holding a vaccine clinic from 1 to 4 today, which kind of defeats the purpose of me reading it. But it'll be at Northwest Health Center, 7630 West Mill Road. So here's my question. Don't most of the people that eat at Beans and Barley live around 1901 East North Avenue? So then why would you have a health clinic at 7630 West Mill? Does that even make any sense? Sometimes the city does dumb, stupid stuff. That's one of them. Well, it's our new building. From North Avenue, I got to go to 76 and Mill to get a... It just makes no sense. Wouldn't you think, hey, what we need you to do is come down the street to the library near Beans and Barley, and we'll have the test here. Nah, we can't do that because that would make too much sense. Most people got sick recover fully within 2 months, the health department says, but severe cases of hepatitis A can result in prolonged illness, complications, particularly for people with underlying liver conditions. Health officials say they know no ongoing risk to people who ate food from Beans and Barley outside of the 2-week window from October 31st to November 13th. The health commissioner said, we think it's a pretty low risk to the general public. This is out of an abundance of caution that we're doing this notification. And then if people wanted to do it, they had to go all the way up to 76 and Mill. That makes absolutely no sense. Sometimes when we do things right, we fail to do the right thing.
Number 1.
All right. This from JS Online. This one disturbed me because it just came over today, 20 minutes ago. Nope, make it 40 minutes ago because I've been yakking and running off at the mouth for 20 minutes. The criminal case against, and you'll remember this story, the 12-year-old boy accused of shooting his mother to death 2 years ago when he was 10 because he wanted the virtual reality goggles. A judge ruled that he'll remain in adult court. I think that's unfathomable. The decision was made today by Milwaukee County Juvenile Court Judge Jane Carroll. Gives direction to the case. The child's defense attorneys argued for months was more appropriate for the juvenile system. Adult court carries much longer terms of confinement than juvenile court, which focuses on rehabilitation and offers more services. The child was 10 at the time of the shooting and was charged with first-degree intentional homicide. This means that the child can now face life in prison as a 12-year-old if he's convicted. That is the most idiotic decision I've ever seen. Doesn't make any sense at all. You're going to lock up a kid that did something at 10 when all of the family is telling you. And was this kid double checked? Did you run him through tests again when you tested his psychological well-being? Because, yeah. But I guess we're just going with the fact that, African Americans are just evil, I guess. Prosecutors have for months argued. So it got me so upset I can't even say the words right. Prosecutors for months argued the seriousness of the crime warranted adjudicating in adult court a 10-year-old. The lawyers pushed, and I find it interesting that it got drug out 2 years, so now you make the kids seem older. Prosecutors maintained the crime warranted adult court because it was serious and described some level of intention and planning on the child's part, moving the case to a juvenile court, where the case would be disposed of anywhere from a year to when the child turns 25, would depreciate the seriousness of the offense. The child remains in custody. So what else do you want from this kid? It's like when you should show compassion, you don't. And when you're not supposed to show compassion, you do. You fight against this whole mass incarceration thing, and then you let the wrong adults out who then go out and kill people. And then when you should actually, even though we understand you don't care about victims, just your record to, your percentage of wins, when you should care about the actor, the kid, you don't. And that is why prosecutors and judges need limited immunity, just like the police have. See, we keep on, police shouldn't have any immunity. Well, nobody will do the job. But we need to take it away from judges and prosecutors that have absolute immunity or a form thereof and give them the same thing. Let them get sued. Let the county pay for judges that make silly comments and dumb decisions. Prosecutors that go after 10-year-olds and waits till they're 12 to make them sue. It's something that somebody said, and then we'll go to break. We always tend to make black criminals smarter than they really are. We change black kids and we make them smarter than they are. Boys are actually grown men, and they're not. But that's what that is. We make children in the African American community older than they are, seem more smarter than they are, more cunning than they are, when in fact they're just children. And probably saw something on TV and said, I'm gonna do that. But instead of trying to find out, we go in with a preconceived notion that that kid is smarter. Because, the little majority kid is just, well, they're just a little baby. But when it's us, it tends to skew towards they're smarter and they're cunning and they're able to do it. And we can never make a mistake, ever. Can never make a mistake. Oh, my God, a black person making a mistake? Oops, I used the word black. Oops, what am I use? African American. You're making a mistake? Oh. But then when Johnny from Whitefish Bay makes a mistake, oh, well, we got to understand that it's just a child. Oh, really? Yep. I'm tired.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation!
And all our juicy jammers out there.
Make certain that you tap into Jam with Juice each and every day so you can quench your thirst.
That is right. You already know you can sip on us every single day, like Benjamin said, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. But that's not all, y'all.
Catch us exclusively on YouTube for our 6 to 7 show.
Yep, only on Thursdays.
Catch Jamming with Juice each and every day on 101.7 The Truth.
Now sip on that.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I take care of my bone health, so I remain strong and active as I age. You can too. It is never too early or too late to start taking care of your bones. Bones provide support to keep you moving. Maintain bone strength at every age by getting calcium and vitamin D in your diet and exercising regularly. Get on your own path to good bone health. For bone health tips, visit pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Sherwin Hughes, and I am Milwaukee. This show has meant so much to me because it's an opportunity for me to express my thoughts and my feelings to my community, and for my community to express those same thoughts and feelings right back to me. Milwaukee means a lot to me. I was born here, raised here, educated here, and I am committed to making this a better city. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee, Black Talk.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Big pimpin', baby. Big pimpin', spinach. Feel me? You know why? Thug 'em, some love 'em, leave 'em, 'cause I don't need 'em. Take 'em out the hood.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Jason played that song. I did not play that song. I'm just saying. You couldn't find an instrumental? You couldn't find an instrumental? That's not the point. The point is, you couldn't find an instrumental? You couldn't find an instrumental?
I don't want to hear the words.
No. No.
The brilliance of Sean Carter.
No. You ask, I'm telling you.
He give you the game. Y'all listen to what he say.
Oh, stop. 833-212-1017 is the number. Terrible. It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Don't spend another winter shivering at home with winds howling through your window. I know they was hollering this morning. I went to walk out the door and I looked and I was like, it's kind of cold. But they said, the high is 56. I was like, oh, okay. It was 35 degrees. I was like, nah. Nah. You got wind howling, rolling through your windows. You need to take advantage of the deal at Pella. No interest, no payments for 12 months. I was driving the other day, right? And I look over and I see a Pella sign with Gina on it that says 0 interest, no payments for 12 months. The bizarre part about it is when I first read it, I saw it and I went, man, that's a pretty good deal. And then I looked at it close. I said, wait a minute, that's Pella. That's the same thing as here. You can keep your home comfortable and save on energy bills thanks to customizable windows and doors from Pella. Again, no interest, no payments, 12 months. Pella can design them to look like they've been part of your house since you owned it, since it's been built. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 11/30 of 2024. Also want to remind you, Truth Nation, we've teamed up with Associated Bank. You can kill the music. We've teamed up with. I saw you doing this. Like I don't know which one to do. Truth Nation, we've teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-owned business give back. Each quarter, we give $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising for 3 months to 5 Black businesses. Visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That is blackbusinessgiveback.com to sign up today. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure right here on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member FDIC. Let me see what they're talking about. Jane Carroll's ruling is an example of one of the systems that Brother Brandon was talking about. Yes and no. But I'll tell you why. That system doesn't break down until it gets to sentencing. So that would never happen to a white child. It did because the Slender Man kids actually were tried as adults. Because in Wisconsin, as young as the age of 10, if you commit a homicide, you're tried as an adult. So it's not like it's anything new or different. The Slender Man girls were. I think they were found guilty by reason of insanity and sent to a facility. And so, but let me go back and double check because I want to make sure I have my quote unquote ducks in a row. He is mentally ill, probably to an unquantifiable extent. No, he's not. No, let's not put him outside the parameters of normalcy. It's not outside come on. I get it. He shouldn't be tried as an adult, but to put him outside normalcy, but he should not go unmonitored for the next 50 years. He's dangerous. Well, you can't have both. Leon, you can't have it both ways. Woe is me, but watch him. Sounds like you're breaking your opinion of not comparing the Black experience to that of white. I never said I wasn't going to compare the Black experience to the white. I never said that. I said I was going to stop using colors. But anyway, awesome talk, awesome take about the way that judge treated the 12-year-old. But it's kind of, yeah, I get what you mean. Bottom line is that if you're that, I even thought that about the Slender Man girls. 12 and 14, just put them in juvenile court. What are we doing? We've slung the pendulum so far to the other side that now you got women clutching their pearls. Oh my God. And so now all of a sudden we got to lock people up forever. And your children, I'm telling you, you will see a change in Milwaukee if that boy gets life in prison. If that boy gets life in prison, it's going to be an issue. Traffic, sports, and weather. Nope, my bad. She called back. White Widow, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ken.
Hey, how are you?
Very good. In the words of Angela Davis, don't be a product of your environment. Make your environment a product of you. I just think that that's disgusting about the 10-year-old, but unfortunately in Wisconsin,
right,
it's called discretion.
No, it's not.
Judges have a vast amount of...
No, it is not. Well, in the state of Wisconsin, if you commit a homicide up until down to age 10, you're tried automatically as an adult. It has nothing to do with that.
I'm talking about judges' No, it's judges' decisions. If you want to challenge a judge on their decision, there's two bases for a challenge. They abuse their discretion because judges do have discretion, and that's what this judge is using.
It is not.
The only other way that
law.
you get.
It's the law.
But they made the decision to waive the individual. I'm just talking about if you do want to challenge a judge.
He didn't waive. They didn't. Okay, time out.
Okay.
They didn't waive anything. When he was taken into custody, he automatically went to adult court. He didn't go to juvenile court.
Yes.
They're trying to get adult court to move
that.
him. So what you're saying is incorrect. There's no discretion.
No, what I'm saying that when you said no. All I'm saying is that when it comes to judge's decision, you can appeal it on two premises.
Sure.
The judge abused their discretion, or the judge was not of sound mind when he made that decision.
And you
That's
ain't getting
the law
neither one of those. You ain't getting neither one of those in this instance.
Exactly. There was a situation in Crawford County where
we're not talking about Crawford County. We're talking about
challenged.
Here. Sure. But I'm saying in this instance,
I know, but all I'm talking about. All right, but remember last week I told you about a pet peeve that with the ACLU case that we had with the Milwaukee Police Department. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. What about it?
Okay, so what I did is what happened, the settlement was made in 2017, and it's 56 pages. It's been taking about a year and a half for me to absorb. Nevertheless, what happens, it's in 4-year cycles. So on the 21st, on 2021, September 25th, in the Milwaukee Journal, the ACLU flew back in there, and on the front page, report shows stop and frisk disparities has worsened. So at Juneteenth Day 2 years ago, the ACLU booth was there, and I went up and I questioned. I said, the settlement is an error. It's just gouging. Milwaukee's hemorrhaging. It's just not working. She said, well, don't worry. We get to visit it every 4 years, and if it's still not working, the cycle starts again. So unfortunately, 2025 next year is the 4th year. This is 8 years that Milwaukee County is paying this. So what I did is that I went down to the
City of Milwaukee, not Milwaukee County.
Well, Milwaukee City. Yeah, you're right. Not Milwaukee County, City of Milwaukee, the City Hall. So what I did is I went to the Treasury Department with a FOIA today, and I asked for all the monies associated that has been spent based on this United States District Court Eastern District of Wisconsin case. And I put the FOIA in. It's very nice. I did it very professionally. If it exceeds this amount, please contact me. Inspection, copies. If, in fact, there's any basis for denial for access to this information, please.
Okay, you don't have to read it. Just tell us the end. You don't have to read it. Just tell us the end.
Okay. No, I'm just saying that the FOIA was very thorough. And it was interesting because I went to the Treasury Department at the courthouse, and not the courthouse.
Okay, so what is the point of this story?
I went up there.
Hang on. What is the point of the story?
All right. The point of the story is that if something doesn't happen with this settlement by next September, Milwaukee, City of Milwaukee, is going to be dumping millions of dollars more for consultants, ACLU, and everybody else for a situation and this case that was settled and based on a 56-page settlement that no police department and no city could ever meet the requirements.
Of course not.
I'm hoping
that's why the ACLU did it. That's why they did it.
I know that, but we have to stop it, and I'm asking once we get the monies, I'm looking at the individuals in the settlement. I'm going to ask that they petition this federal judge to reopen this and stop the hemorrhaging of Milwaukee taxpayers' money, this disparaging of our Milwaukee Police Department. Discontinue. We can remedy this without the ACLU and without them coming into our city as they've done a lot of other cities around this country.
But the ACLU won't get any money then. They won't be able to milk the taxpayers.
They don't need our money.
Oh,
they don't need our money. They're gouging us.
They've done this in multiple cities around the country. They don't care. They've never cared.
I've watched it. Right, but all I'm saying is that let's see how much money we've spent so far 7 years.
All right, so
I
when
think
are you
that
gonna call
dollar
us back?
sign is going to make people.
So when are you going to call us back and let us know how much?
I'm going to. I was going to give you a copy today, but I was going to leave it there. But the market was closed before 11. They don't open
Correct.
until
They
11.
don't open until 11.
All I'm saying is that, right, they had a meeting. 3 of them got together. I asked them to sign it, that they actually, at City Hall, I said, please sign it. The clerk initialed it. I said, sir, do you have a stamp that you received this? No. Could you please sign your name? Because it was art. I said, who are you? I'm Tony. I'm just saying that I've never been anywhere where you couldn't get a validation stamped. It did take a little while. He took it in back. There was a powwow. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what comes out of it, see if we do get all the information, and if they're going to hold back anything, what portion of the FOIA law are they going to reference to as to why they're doing this.
So how many copies of it did you have?
Pardon me?
How many copies of it did you have?
I kept one copy that they received, and I have one copy I was going to drop off at the station for you today. I want you to follow along with this if you don't mind.
So did they initial both of them?
Yes, sir. Okay. I would not ever leave without that.
Right,
so you have a copy of the initial one, and it's dated.
All right.
And let's go forward.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, White Widow. Appreciate you.
Oh, not sir. I didn't mean sir. I meant doctor.
Watch it. We gonna fight. Oh, get out of here. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
833-212-1017 is the number. Kind of blew up the talk and text line. I mean, the YouTube chat, so I'm going to have to jump in there when we come back. We got traffic, sports, and weather up next. So I should say that. Traffic, sports, and weather up next. Okay, then I'm going to say it. Traffic, sports, and weather up next.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tori Lowe with his truth.
Breaking news, Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office is investigating the death of 43-year-old Devontae L. Mitchell outside of the Hyatt Regency on Sunday as a homicide. Breaking news, a Milwaukee mother is speaking out after her 17-year-old daughter, Amira Wallace, was shot and killed at Milwaukee's Deneen Park. This happened just after midnight on July 22nd. Breaking news, according to a sheriff's office report, Sean Grayson said he shot Sonia Massey after fearing she would throw boiling water at him, which would have caused great bodily harm or death. Breaking news, body cam video shows fatal police shooting of 4-year-old Illinois boy and man holding him hostage. Police responding to a domestic violence call shot a 4-year-old named Terrell Marshawn Miller and his mother's boyfriend. Now that I have your attention, these are families that are more than just a news story. These are families who are hurting. These are families that are searching for justice. As a community, it's our duty to get involved and make sure we do our part to make sure that these families receive the justice that they're searching for. Today, it's their families in the news. Tomorrow is yours. This is why it's important for us to make sure that we stay on the front lines and make sure that we do our part to help change what's going on in our neighborhood. Whether it's police brutality, whether it's senseless violence, whether it's human trafficking, we all can do our part and help each and every family that's affected negatively in our communities get justice.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tori Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
Well, we still have some issues out there. First of all, an accident on westbound 894 heading into the Hale interchange with the left lane blocked, making for big delays all the way back past Loomis. We've also got an accident on eastbound 94 just past Barker Road. Right shoulder is blocked with that. Things are slowing down all the way back to basically Highway 16. We've got 41 southbound really heavy from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down to Capitol, and then again from Mayfair Road all the way down through the Zoo interchange through the Hale onto 894 eastbound. Southbound 43 is very heavy as well, coming in from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette all the way down to Holt Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, on and off rain, mild windy with a low of 52. Tomorrow morning rain, breezy, mild, a high of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth, powered by ES Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snipe. It wasn't pretty, but the Green Bay Packers, for the 11th straight time, found a way to beat the Bears on Sunday afternoon. Carl Brooks blocking the Bears' game-winning field goal attempt as time would expire as they hold on for the 20-19 win.
Rich said to our team last night, I will not understand if we come out of this game without a block, whether field goal or PAT. Great job by our special teams coaches.
Next up for the 7-3 Packers, the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday. The Wisconsin Badgers have officially fired offensive coordinator Phil Longo after the 16-13 loss to Oregon on Saturday. Longo served as the team's OC for just 23 games. And lastly, the 4-9 Bucks return to action tonight as they get set to host the Houston Rockets. That tip-off is all set for 7 p.m. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Got some Jay-Z. Don't be trying to turn Jay-Z up while I'm talking. See? You can always tell music he like because he be trying to slam it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. It's College Month on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, and we want to help your young scholar get free scholarship dollars. So all month long, we'll be highlighting local universities like we did last Friday with Concordia University, Wisconsin, who offer full tuition scholarships, and local organizations who help students find thousands of dollars in scholarships each year. So be sure to tune in to The Truth all month long so you don't miss this important information on how your student can go to college and quite possibly be debt-free. College Scholarship Month on The Truth is sponsored by Concordia University of Wisconsin, Live Uncommon, and Educators Credit Union, achieving more together. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me get to the, let me check first because I'll get in trouble. MC Lyte just released a new album. Okay. Doc, there are communities with the death penalty that have on very high crime rates. People getting long sentences does not halt crime. Why don't we look at the numbers and look at data before we just feel something? Okay? All right. But that's something we can look at. Something we can look at. Oh, it disappeared. Let me click it. Go there. Jasmine said, I love these types of conversations. I like to hear people's views on things. Then she said, preach, Dr. Ken. I don't remember what I was saying. It was about 4:50, about an hour ago. Eddie said, I've been a victim of racism thousands of times. So have I. Okay. And I'm not downplaying it, but at some point, Stefan said we can do it. Eddie said BS. Stefan said hashtag help hours. Just pull up the bootstraps. I think it takes both. I think it takes help and pulling yourself up. And I think if we do it together simultaneously, we can do it. Jasmine said black people can definitely be racist. I think anyone can be racist, truthfully, if you're not around it enough or it isn't a part of your daily. You can have an unknown bias against it. Thank you, Jasmine, for that, said Eddie. And then, of course, Reggio said, what's up? Not really Acid Girl said, yep, Dr. Ken, the double standard is pure BS. And then she said, good night, Dr. Ken. So that was so nice. But it's one of those things we have to keep talking about and keep doing, because we can't keep making excuses for not having things. We can't make excuses for crime in a neighborhood that we're not doing anything about. What's the old saying with what I forget her name. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah. I guess that morphed out of let them eat cake. So I don't know. But at some point, you need to decide which way you're going to go. You're going to go up, or you're going to go out.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's your boy Tory Lowe, and I need to let you know the award-winning Tory Lowe Show can now be streamed live on YouTube every day from 1 to 4. I am now bringing all the smoke on YouTube every single weekday. I need you to go to YouTube right now and subscribe to 1017 The Truth and check out the award-winning Tory Lowe Show live every afternoon. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Now that's powerful.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With limited incomes not keeping up with the lingering effects of inflation, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
People will tell you that race is a social construct and that there's no biological reality that distinguishes between a white individual and a black individual. So what does that mean if there are these quote-unquote disparities, right? It means that the way we move through a society is markedly different, right? And that the experience that we have has biological consequences. Is when you're in a society where people are constantly discriminating against a certain group, denying access, don't have control over the institutions that govern our lives. All of those things create a biological reality and a response, whether it's a stress hormone or a fear or something that could be passed on, what we call epigenetics, which means what my mother or my grandmother experienced had an effect on what formed me in my responses to those stressors. That's how we can be two individual people with very little difference, but have totally, vastly different experiences as we move through our reproductive health.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as one business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. I want to say thank you for hanging in. Thank you for hanging around. Thank you for being here to argue with me. Brandon, I'm still thinking about some of the stuff Brandon said. I'm going to have to do some digging and some data and some all sorts of things. So that was a good talk. I appreciate him. White Widow and Al and so on and so forth. So, yeah, had a great time. So I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Want to say God bless. Take care. Jason, appreciate you, brother. I'll see you in 22 hours. I'm out.